Hey everybody, it's Usedtobe803 again. I'm on the good camera because I'm going to be doing another interview here. Most of you know, every week I have one of these nurses come in from a local nursing place, and they actually send me quite attractive ladies. I'm really lucky at that. And so I always like to say that I like to introduce people that are part of my life and let you see what I go through, all my experiences, and get to see from their point of view, to meet people that have to deal with me. So I'd like to introduce you to one of the many nurses that I have.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. What's your name?
I'm Heather, and I'm one of Jeremy's nurses. Like you said, I come in once a week, me and a couple of the other nurses, and take care of him, assess his wounds, assess how he's doing, how his mobility is.
How long have you been a nurse?
I graduated in 2004. I worked in a hospital for about 2.5 years, and then I've been with this job ever since.
Now let me ask you this: in your career period, have you dealt with a lot of people that have been obese or are obese?
Yes, there's been several. And, there's the common misconception that everybody just overeats, and really a lot of times it has nothing to do with that. There's genetics that causes problems. Most of them are very, very concerned about their weight. They try everything. A lot of them want to go through gastric bypass, and some of them can't. Some of them can have it done, some of them can't. Mm-hmm. It all depends on their other health problems that go along with it, whether or not they can even have it done. But everybody is, they're very self-conscious about their weight.
Right. Now you mentioned there was different health problems. What is some of the stuff that you've experienced with different people who have had obesity problems?
Well, a lot of times they get diabetes, and along with the diabetes becomes a lot of problems where they have poor circulation. A lot of them end up having, things have to be removed because they just, no blood's getting to them, and they get wounds, and just everything. Unfortunately, it just does a whole spiral of problems. So.
Now, a lot of them, like you said before, it seems like a lot of them have had problems with dieting and stuff like that. And so, has there been a lot of people who have said that they might have had any blood problems or thyroid problems, or maybe they had a genetic history before? Do you notice maybe anybody that might have children or parents who are obese as well?
A lot of times there's at least someone else in the family, but sometimes it just happens where they're the only one, and it still goes back to genetics, because even if their parents were thin, it still a lot of times revolves around genetics, and it's not their diet. A lot of people say quit eating the junk food, and they say, well, I don't hardly eat anything a day, and then you worry about their nutrition, the opposite effect. You think that they're eating too much, and sometimes they're trying to starve themselves to get down to what they really would like to be. Right,
not always people eating Twinkies and stuff all the time.
Yeah,
no. Okay, let's have some fun here. So let's see, if you were on a deserted island and you had every single thing that you can think of to survive, what is something that you would want to have to be for fun and keep you from going insane?
Either my four-wheeler or my horse, so I could ride around the island, check everything out, and see where everything
That's cool.
is.
That's cool. And say that you're in your house, and let's say Freddy Krueger or Jason Voorhees and stuff appears. Then would you be the kind of person that would stay around and fight to the death, or would you try to run for your life and hope not to get stabbed?
Well. If you're in bed, you just pull the blankets up over your head, because then nobody can see you. If you can't see them, they can't see you. But other than that, I'd probably run.
Right.
There's no point in trying to fight, because you're just going to die.
Yeah.
And don't go upstairs.
Right. And well, speaking of being scary things, who would you want to meet right now if you can meet anybody famous?
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel.
Yeah,
why is that?
Because he's hot.
He's hot. What's your favorite movie with him in it?
Triple X.
Okay. And the last thing I'd like to do is get serious one more time. I talk to a lot of people who have medical conditions, who have spiritual problems, who have everyday life problems, society, stuff like that. It can range from kids to adults, and it's just a whole variety of wonderful people I met. If you were to talk to someone right now who said, what's going on is just really bringing me down, I don't have much support, or I don't know where to get support, what would you say to them as to boost them, and what would you say to them to tell them that they can't give up? What kind of words would you say to people?
Well, definitely, just like you said, just don't give up. You need to find the people who love you, who support you. If you have people around you that don't support you and are constantly getting on your case or being rude to you, you need to get rid of them, because you just need everybody that supports you and wants you to get better, and wants all the things that you want for your life, because there's no point in having people around that bring you down. You need all the support you can get, and don't let other people who are trying to bring you down do it, because there's no point. You might as well just go for what you want, what you need, take care of yourself, don't worry about what everyone else thinks, because it just don't matter.
Okay, that's good. And I think everything else I wanted to ask you, do you have any weird or strange talents or hobbies?
No, I wouldn't say anything strange. I mean, I always rode horses all my life. I never did sports, but that's not necessarily strange. I don't think there's anything particularly weird about me.
And who would you say is closest to you in your life right now that you would, you probably couldn't go on if you didn't have them in your life?
Well, either my fiance or my parents.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah, it'd be hard to go between.
All right. Thank you for your time. I know we've been a patient-nurse relationship for a while now, and you've all seemed to become friends too. And it's really nice to have people actually give a dang about you instead of just being a patient.
Oh,
and so I'd like to thank you, and YouTube people like to thank you for talking to them, because they like to know what's going on in my life. And hopefully we'll have updates later on when I'm walking, get to see you, and we'll have a big party and everybody can all come.
Sure, and good luck with everything.
Thanks a lot. God bless.